Mob Psycho 100 Volume 10 is here at last. What a great way to start the new year with an amazing series like this. So this volume has recently come out in English and it's mostly just a transition between arcs, preparing for the next big arc, continuing where we left off in the previous volume, that sort of stuff. So on the front cover we have Mob sitting on a lamppost with like loads of lightning shooting down. Looks really cool. On the back we've got Dimple getting electric shocked. It's a spirit on his forehead. Or I mean on his skull actually, just a spirit. With all this information on the back. And here's the side. The usual same picture as on the front on the side. Volume 10, and with this time a light green colour. I'm just going to show you the front and back. So we have the chapters list with the message from 1, all this information at the back with advertisement. And now let's get into the actual manga itself. So where it left off was they're about to start the long distance running, the marathon, the school run, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, Mob's been training hard and he's trying to get into the top 10 at least. And he gets knocked over, but he keeps running and he even surpasses some of his classmates. Mob even starts struggling and Dimple wants to possess him to help him out, but yeah, Mob refuses because he's determined to do it himself. Obviously the Body Improvement Club right in the lead, and I love how they're super detailed with all this shading going on. And Reagan even shows up to give him motivation. I like how in the anime they give him this funny little small walking animation that the manga doesn't have. But yeah, Mob passes out and he wakes up in the first aid room at school. Oh yeah, and if you're interested, we also got the results of the top 10 in the mini marathon they did. So obviously first place was the captain of the Body Improvement Club, which is obvious. Second place was some guy in the track team who beat mostly everyone else in the Body Improvement Club other than the captain. And then obviously the next few places are Body Improvement Club members. And then we've got some guy on the soccer team who beat this guy, the Body Improvement Club, which is pretty surprising. And then we've got Ritsu and the delinquent guy who for some reason says no notification even though he's part of the Body Improvement Club. And then we've got a few of the last place candidates, which is pretty funny. And then we get the return of Sho meeting Ritsu. And Mob soon discovers his house is on fire. Yeah, in the anime this was a question mark percentage being formed, but in the manga it's not really clear what percentage, but it makes sense that it would have been question mark percentage if Dimple didn't stop him. But he gets 100% obsession, so I guess he's like obsessed to find whoever did this. And then Mob basically beats up an electric and muscle guy who work under Claw, who's sent to go get Mob and his house. Turns out it wasn't them who started the fire though. Teruki also fights a guy targeting him. We meet some of the Claw members from the previous 7th Division Claw arc. Like they were just here hiding out. And this is all explaining why they're working with the main characters now. It's because they basically quit Claw after Reagan beat them all and they're trying to live normal lives, but Claw isn't happy with that, so now they're all being targeted. And obviously the main characters who took down the 7th Division are being targeted because they took down a division of Claw. But yeah, Mob passes out and he's basically asleep for the rest of this volume, like he does not wake up at all. So the main sector of Claw are all after the main characters now. And then we get a good introduction to the boss of Claw, and he was foreshadowed near the end of volume 6 of the manga. Yep, it's the same guy and he's finally back. But yeah, he's giving this big announcement to Claw, telling them about his plans of world domination, as I guess this is called the world domination arc after all. So one of his ultimate 5, you can hack into electronics. Basically he makes a broadcast for the boss to say his big announcement, while Sho and Ritsu try to defeat the boss of Claw, who's basically Sho's dad. And you learn this whole plot about Sho setting the house on fire originally, so it's like a diversion and to trigger Mob into fighting. and you basically get introduced to all the other division leaders of Claw. Yeah, so these are the other division leaders of Claw, so we've got through 1 to 6, and obviously the 7th division leader, Ishiguro, is no longer with us. But all these other division leaders get taken out by assassins sent by the government to take out the boss of Claw, but then these assassins get defeated by the Ultimate 5, which are the 5 best espers in all of Claw who work closest to the boss. And they all start like battling it out, and basically all the villains are taking over and winning, with the main characters all just hiding away with the former Scar members. And the Scars basically work under division leaders, so they're not nearly as strong as these Ultimate 5. So the cliffhanger is the big Ultimate 5 muscular guy comes for Mob, but Reagan knocks him out with this pepper spray stuff and then runs away. But then obviously he's going to get back up. And then we just got some makes back here with some dreams. And that is practically the volume. There is some makes that I kind of hoped they would have added in this, but maybe it'll be in volume 11 or 12 because they're very specific to this arc. One of them is the boss of Claw postponing taking over the world because the new episode of One Punch Man is out, which I found really funny, and I'm hoping that makes it into the physical volumes. Another make that I'm really hoping for is when the boss of Claw is having a dream and he's like holding out his hand, but Saitama is giving out scissor fingers as a joke to rock paper scissors. So I'm hoping those two One Punch Man makes make it into the physical volumes, so that would be great. But yeah, that's pretty much this entire volume. Obviously not the best one in the series. This is more of a plot and setting things up volume. The next one's going to be a lot better. Volume 11 is going to be all fighting and battles between the Ultimate 5 and main characters, and Mob will be waking up in that volume. So volume 11 is going to be a lot better. Then obviously volume 12 is Mob versus the boss of Claw, so that's going to be the best one, which I'm really looking forward to. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.